Chinese in the men's doubles safely through to the semi-final. Will the defending champion in the men's singles also make it through to the semi-final? Because Chen Long is the defending champion and four-time winner of this title. He's up next against young Anders Antonsen of Denmark. Chen Long, in fact, former world champion and reigning Olympic champion as well. And this the last of the men's singles quarterfinals to take place. Kento Momota, the world champion, beaten former world number one Song Wan Ho. And with Momota being the current world number one, in that top quarter, 3 of the 4 players, either current or former world number ones. Add to that Kidambi Shrikant was world number one as well. It makes the quarterfinal lineup extremely strong, doesn't it? So we know all the other semi-finalists, but will it be Chen Long able to make it through to the semi-final once more? Or will the young Dane manage to cause an upset here in Fuzhou?
Antonsen, Denmark versus Chen Long, China.
Well, this will be the 5th meeting between these two players. Of the previous 4, Chen Long has won 3 of them. Only time Antonsen won was the very first meeting between the two players. But the last time that they met, as you can see, was in the Indonesian Masters at the beginning of this year. That was in the very first round. And Chen Long won 24-22, 21-10 in 48 minutes. So it really is a remarkable record this man has here at his home event. This is 11th appearance, and so 7 finals in his previous 10 appearances, but even more impressive is the fact that those 7 finals actually happened in his last 8 appearances here at this event. 4-time former champion, winning in 2010, 12, 13 and of course last year. Beaten in the final in 2011, 15 and 16. But Anders Antonsen has beaten his opponent of today. But trying to beat Chen Long on home soil, I think, is extremely difficult. Antonsen is 21 years of age, born in Aarhus, up 1 place on the world ranking, published yesterday to 19. That means he's the 2nd highest Dane. But as far as his Super Series standing, his race to Guangzhou standing is concerned, he's down 1 place to 31. He's the 5th Dane on the list. In the first round, he beat former world number 1 Lee Hyun-il, fresh from his victory at the Macau Open. That was his 2nd Macau Open, incidentally. Lee Hyun-il extends his record as the oldest ever winner of a men's singles title at either a Super Series or a World Tour event. Yesterday beat Kenta Nishimoto. Actually had 2 game points to win it in 2 straight games, but went the full distance and won 21-16 in the deciding game. Chen Long, 29 years of age, born in Qingzhou in southern Hubei province, was world number 1 for 75 consecutive weeks. Currently number 5, won the Olympic gold medal in Rio de Janeiro, beating Lee Chong-wei in the final. Had his first win this year, 2 weeks ago at the French Open. That was his 30th career title and his 50th career final. And as you can see, had a marathon first round match, 1 hour and 47 minutes, and saved 2 match points in that deciding game against Wang Chalong. Su Jian Hao was his opponent yesterday, and that was much more straightforward, even though it took 50 minutes. Antonsen, incidentally, had to save a match point in his opening match against Lee Hyun-il. 19-20 down in the deciding game. Jakob Hoy, his coach. And for Chen Long. It's Chen Yu on the left and Zhao Xuanze on the right as we look at them. So our court officials from Indonesia and Singapore. And interesting to me that no men's singles player has won back-to-back World Tour titles this year. That's when you look at the World Tour in general. That's the HSBC BWF World Tour. But when you look at just level 3 events, which is what this is, Super 750 event, Kento Momota won 2 consecutive level 3s, Japan and Denmark. If you look at just level 4s, the Super 500s, CHN won 2 consecutive, Singapore and Korea. And if you look at from 2 to 4 levels, from the Super 1000s down to the 500s, Shi Yuqi won 2 consecutive in India and the All England. But as far as level 5
Ladies and
to
gentlemen,
level 2,
on my
no
right,
men's singles player has won 2
ANTONSEN,
consecutive.
Denmark. And on my left, Chen Long, China. Chen Long to serve. Love hold. Play.
So my point of telling you about consecutive titles is that Chen Long, having won the last of the Super 750 events, the French Open, has a possibility to win 2 consecutive Super 750 events. A way to go though, this is only quarter-final stage. And Antonsen is a hugely talented individual, as he proved at the recent Denmark Open, where in the second round he beat the former world champion and teammate Victor Axelsen in 3 games. And Victor Axelsen, sadly, withdrew from this tournament before play got underway. He was the number 3 seed here. But struggling with his ankle injury, which required surgery earlier this year.
Service over. 1-2.
No, Antonsen would have been in trouble had that have come over. His block defence. Oh, there's a challenge here, yes. Well, Chen Long was waiting for the line judge to make the call.
Call in.
And the judge called it in. He was right on top of it. It must be pretty certain. Here we go. Hawkeye will tell us. Oh, just caught the line. That's a
Challenge
incredible decision by the
unsuccessful.
line judge.
One challenge remaining. Three, two, and yes. Thank you. Play.
There's been some good angled shots so far from Antonsen. Chen Long forced to dive in an effort to retrieve. Oh, look at that. That's a huge leap in the air from Antonsen.
Service over. 3-4.
Yeah.
All. Five, 4.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's well wide. I suspect he may have changed his mind.
6-4.
It's incredible to think that the French Open final and title was his first ever World Tour tournament final. Chen Long.
Service over.
Yeah, well judged.
5-6.
It's landed in. Well, a little look up to the lights from Chen Long.
All.
Oof, that's plumb on the line. What a shot from Antonsen. Only 11 tournaments played this year by this young man. This is 12th of the year. That's very nice. Yeah. Not full power, all about
7-6.
trajectory and placement. Oh, that is delightful. My goodness me. Just caressed it across court.
6.
Yeah, look at that. Got the net cord as well. Well, it's been most peculiar. 2 points to start the match for Chen Long, then 4 points for Antonsen, then 4 points for Chen Long, now 4 points for Antonsen again.
Service over. 7-8. Service over. 9-7.
Silver medalist at last year's European Championships, lost in the final. Antonsen to Rajiv Usif of England. Oh, look at that block.
10-7.
I like his tactical awareness on court. I like his obvious thought process.
Service over. 8-10.
去做，他做的越多，他失误会越多的。我们只要熬住就行。
Yeah, that's terrific. Just up the pace of movement in that rally, Chen Long.
10-all.
Look how he gets behind this one. Changes the body momentum mid-shot so that his body weight is coming back towards the centre of the court as he's finished the shot.
Thank you.
good pressure from the front of the courts, and it is Anders Antonsen who has the advantage at the mid-game interval. Look at that, little bit of reverse slice on that final attacking shot from Antonsen.
I og med, at du har været op og slå nogle gange, også selvom du har fået løbeturen, men du har vist, at du er klar til at tage løbeturen efter en angreb. Så da han står hernede, så siger du, jamen så står du godt i defen, men det er fordi, at han ikke er kommet så godt på den. Du bliver nødt til lige at vise det der til måske, vise det der bid. Men det betyder ikke, Anders, nu skal du lige passe på her. Det betyder ikke, at vi slår efter det point, at de her, det er ikke vindere. Det er bare til at flytte ham. Ja, du går på banen med, at jeg vil lige styre det her. Jeg vil lige tage ham her, men jeg tager mod. Er du klar?
Well, I'm guessing Jakob Hoy is pretty happy with his man at the moment. Certainly should be.
11, 10, play. Service over. 11 all.
That's very well judged. Well, as far as
Service
Chen
over.
Long is concerned, currently at 17 on the race to Guangzhou standings. But a year ago, before the China Open, he was down at 20 on the Super Series standings, and yet he still qualified for the Super Series finals. The problem for Chen Long this year is that there's extra events included in the race to Guangzhou. And after Hong Kong next week, where Chen Long is entered and expected to play, there's
12 all.
another 2 lower tier tournaments. And I think players ranked above him are entered into at least one of those lower tier tournaments, and therefore it is unlikely that Chen Long will be able to qualify, but I haven't done the maths on it yet.
12.
And I suppose if he won both this week and next, it might be possible. I'll get the calculator out tonight and tell you for sure tomorrow. Four of the 5 points since the mid-game interval to the defending champion. Can't afford errors like that. where the smash was coming, did Chen Long. And then plays a brilliant net shot. Oh, that time his net shot sat on the top of the net and then fell back his own side.
Service over. 13-15.
Never really got up to the shuttle there, Antonsen.
Service over.
Seemed to take it about head height.
16-13.
God bevægelse.
Service over. 14-16.
There's the thought process again, and thinking about the angles, thinking about the placement. It's going wide.
Service over. 17-14. Thank you. Service over. 15-17.
Yeah, it was an important point, and both players sensed it, I'm sure.
16-17.
Oh, that's clever. That is just a super shot from the Olympic champion.
Service over.
Looks as if
18-16.
he's going to lift it. Chops underneath the shuttle to play the net shot. Well, no fault was called.
Service over. 17, 18.
Chen Long doesn't like it. But accepts it with a smile. Danish coaches are obviously smiling. Yeah. Different expressions entirely on the faces of the Chinese coaches.
Service over. 19, 17.
I think this opening game is very, very important as far as ANTONSEN is concerned. Even if Chen Long loses
Service
the
over.
opening game, I can see
18,
him fighting
19.
back. I think it's a much, much more difficult scenario for ANTONSEN if he loses the opening game. Oh dear. Yeah, what on earth was he thinking? Seemed to change his mind. Was he going to play a backhand? He played round the head
Service over.
in the end.
20. Game point.
Yeah, but there was
18.
hesitation initially on his movement back. And that cost him dear because he was late onto that shot in his deep backhand corner. And that's why he made the error. So 2 game point opportunities for the defending champion Chen Long. Crikey, that's such a good lift.
Game.
What a lift from Chen Long.
First game
Inch perfect.
won by Chen Long, 21, 18.
21-18. He watched it and watched it, ANTONSEN. And it was plumb on the line. 26 minutes for the opening game. 21-18 in favour of the defending champion and 4-time winner of this event.
这个外脚，右脚的外手，这里，
我跟你弄那种，
不然这就不跟打半场。
对啊，没电扇力啊。这样，一个你把节奏掌控，然后顺着跟着做啊，要跟着做以后，还是要推，因为挺起来，他攻你，他你看他攻你是全力的，你顶他上来很难受的，不会上来，上来以后。你就还注意保持身体以后注意后场，放完顶他就好。
反正就是先不要想那么多，先不用打，不要考虑别的其他因素。还有就是他就是我第一做的不好，不要拉开引擎什么，是我后场过度，就自己太放松了，就感觉没问题就。那但是打了很多球你
打完下面那一动你就慢了，
对慢了
你就打一个这样的，
对他
不一样，对。
其实他很急，很急。你看这种失误球，包括这种球，他很急。
没错，你掌握空调，反正这边空调底下啊，发起发，你不要发起发，他就会乱七八糟动作，你给你，我就给你出来，我就转进去，啊，就转进去。我看他有个变的时候，通过他心里的时候，再往前压就行。好，啊，你活动开脚啊。
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Players back on court.
Well, still looks very determined, doesn't he, young ANTONSEN? Well, there has been one Dane to win the China Open title, this China Open. That was a couple of years ago, Jan Jorgensen, who had also been in the final in 2009.
Second
He
game.
lost to Lin Dan, but
Low ball.
Jorgensen 2 years ago
Play.
lifted the title first European to do so. I think it's absolutely imperative for Antonsen to make a good start to this second game. Because if he doesn't, I can see him beating up on himself and therefore allowing Chen Long to run away with things. Yeah, I can see the theory of the first defensive shot there from Antonsen. This one trying to lift it again, but it simply wasn't
love.
deep enough or high enough to get it over the head of Chen Long. Would have been better to try and play the block, I suspect. Oh, great defence from the Olympic champion. My goodness me. Initially thought he was good follow-up by Antonsen, but look at that defence from Chen Long. Crouched down low, drove it back. Oh, that's unbelievable. Cross-court net shot there from Antonsen. Crawled along the top of the tape before going over. Look at this. Look at this.
1,
That's
3.
amazing. Yeah, that's landed in. It wasn't particularly deep either.
Service over. 4.
And it was the sideline that Antonsen was aware of and where he thought it was going out. He's done very, very well as the young Dane with his angled smashes. How many times have we seen Chen Long at full stretch like that, having to dive in an effort to try and retrieve the angled smash?
Thank you.
This is a good rally. Probably the longest of the match so far. Oh, indecision there from Chen Long. Decided to play the backhand in the end. And having played the backhand, there was really an open court for Antonsen, but he played his next shot into the net. And that could be costly for the Dane. I'd love to know how many shots that rally was. Don't think we're going to get it though. Yeah. Very tight over the net from Chen Long, despite taking it so late. Look at that. That's great skill. Yeah, good return. Was straight at the body of Chen Long. He was expecting a net shot. Yeah, time and time again, these angled shots from Antonsen is really doing damage to the defending champion. It was a super block to change the whole momentum of the rally, but look at that angle. Look where that's landing. Oh, clever. Love it. Absolutely love it. What a shot from Chen Long.
Service over. 7-4.
Antonsen absolutely left stranded. Oh yes, good follow-up.
Service over. 5-7. Thank you.
，Super Vorbild。
6-7。
short, yeah. That was a very, very good net shot from Chen Long. Forced the short lift.
Service over. 8-6.
Yeah, he was looking for that drop shot, was Antonsen.
Service over. 7.
Chen Long a little predictable from that deep forehand corner when he takes it late. So often plays that straight drop.
Service over. 9-7.
That's a good flick. Oh, incredible. Oh, he's done it again. This time he's called a fault. There we go. Oh yes, good call. Good call, umpire. His racket was over the net, Antonsen.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very good umpiring.
You block. Play.
Andy
No.
Purnama
Okay, play.
of Indonesia. Well done. Oh, that's too loose. 4-point advantage for the four-time former champion Chen Long at the mid-game interval here in the second game. Having already won the first, that's a simple put away.
他那个球慢，我一发力打半场，他这种点一下我不舒服。
对，因为你现在就投给这种球，你跟你说你不行的，哎，带着打中路都行，打中路关键什么？关键是打下来以后，你下一球要，因为有时候弹就跟打，这盘要盯住了，好，然后正常，多方就要弹。
或者是刚刚7对9这种球，这种不要松啊，因为他打这个好没办法，你知道吧？
一个打死，你看他要打死你都是全力去让攻击的，哎，
Court 1, 20 seconds. Players back on court.
别被人打啊！
Just applying the grip powder makes the handle of the racket a little bit tacky, and therefore it's easier to hang on to the racket and change the grip, which badminton players do for virtually every single shot. There's a slight adjustment of the grip. There's a cute angle again. I get more and more impressed with this young man every time I watch him play.
11.
Look at that. And it's not just the skill to be able to do that, it's choosing the right moment. And as I said much earlier on in this match, I'm very impressed with his decision-making skills. Yeah, there's another fabulous shot.
9. 11.
Almost seemed to play that block with topspin. Yeah, well judged. Chen Long could have easily played that. Knew it was going long.
Service over. 12. 9.
Oh, pace of the rally. And it's not often you see Chen Long outmaneuvered.
Service over.
He certainly was in that rally. Look at that, delightful backhand cross-court net shot to finish it from this man. Missed it. Yeah. And it's interesting to me that that's one of the rare occasions when he went for power rather than placement.
13.
Immediately makes the error. Oh, that's careless. That's a gift to Chen Long, which he will gratefully accept.
14. 10. Play. Service over. 11. 14.
What's happened here?
Are you okay?
Got a bit of feather or something in his eye. I think he wears contact lenses, Antonsen. And he's got a bit of dust or a bit of feather in the eye. That will be very uncomfortable. Oh, look at that again from Chen Long. We saw that in the opening game, didn't we? A little checked shot. Looks as if he's going to
Service
lift.
over. 15,
Checks the
11.
shot to play the net shot. Yeah. Often you see him showing the clenched fist either.
Service over. 12, 15.
Yeah, took it much higher in the deep forehand corner, Chen Long. Yeah, I think it was before that. Yeah, it was.
Service over. 16, 12. More. And yet. And yet. This one.
Yeah, their court attendant using a big mop. I think it needs either a towel or he needs to mop a bit harder, because the perspiration, I could still see it on the court surface from way up here.
Play.
Yeah. Only two people in the whole arena are applauding for the two Danish coaches.
13,
Well, it
16.
needed an applause. That's a super shot. All the matches on the other two courts have been concluded for the day, so all the focus on our number one court. He could have played that. Antonsen chose to leave it and it landed in.
Service over. 17, 13.
In fact, did that get a little bit deflected by the net cord? I'm not sure. Oh yes, that's clever. He's really exploited the deep forehand corner of Chen Long today, has Antonsen.
14, 17. Thank you.
Totally wrong footing him on that occasion.
Play.
That's a careless error. It could be costly.
Service over. 18-14.
Great. Oh! He tried it again. Antonsen. Once again, he got his racket in the line of the shuttle, but once again, it was a fault. Look at that. Yeah. And a wry smile from the young Dane.
19-14.
Defending champion, 2 points away from yet another semi-final here at this China Open. Match point opportunities, 6 of them
20.
for
Match point.
the four-time former champion. Oh, it's landed in. Deep forehand corner again.
Service over. 15-20.
It's gone long.
16-20.
So 2 match points have come and gone. Oh, net shot was too good from the defending champion. And Chen Long into the semi-final once again. And tomorrow, of course, he will be trying to make it through to his 8th
Match
final
won by
in
Chen Long,
9
21,
appearances.
18, 21,
In his
16.
last 9 appearances, I should say. 21-18, 21-16, the margin of his victory today against Antonsen of Denmark. 3 minutes shy of the hour mark. And the defending champion safely through to the semi-final once more. Just look at how good that net shot was, because Antonsen was absolutely trying to pounce on it. A perfect net shot from Chen Long. Yeah, nice from both men at the end there.